let's learn about interfaces in Java. Hello everyone, this is Ali Reza. Welcome to the Mentor Code Lab. In previous episode, we talked about abstraction of classes and methods in Java. Now, interfaces are another level of abstraction. An interface is a completely abstracted class that is used to group related methods with empty body. In other words, when we are defining an interface, we can't add any attributes or non-abstracted methods. We can't have private fields or anything like that. An interface is a skeleton of an abstract class that is defining some future implementations in other classes. Let's take a look at that. Right now, the creature is an abstract class. That's okay. However, this hill, let's take it out of here. All we have in creature is just the properties for name, age, health, strength, and that's it. Also, let's get rid of this method and let's get rid of this constructor. So it's an empty constructor, okay? And let's take a look at, I will take this character properties out, okay? And everything else. So our creature is just an empty thing for time being. Maybe if we want to, we can say public abstract void print, and that's it. Also, remember now we have tons of errors in human, in dragon, and now in vampire because none of them are implementing this print. However, I want to do something else. Now I want to create a new Java class. Take note, the second type of Java class that we can create is an interface. Now, there is a naming convention inside C# language that I really like it. I rarely saw people use it inside Java. I will talk about it. It's up to you if you want to use it or not. Any interface inside C# will start with the capital I letter. So for example, we will call it I creature. And this time, knowing that the I is indication for interfaces in C#, I would immediately know that this is an interface. However, as I said, in Java, I rarely see people use that I word, and they would use normal naming conventions, for example, creature basics. And as I said, this is how Java people are using names for interfaces. So I will drop that capital I usage, at least for time being. It's a little bit hard for me because I'm a long time C# user. Now we have this interface, and you notice that there is a huge difference. We had this public class something up until now, but now we have public interface something. And this thing doesn't have the abstract here. You don't need it because the moment I put the abstract word here, you see that it's grayed out. It says it's redundant because interfaces by nature are abstract. Why should you do this? Okay, let's see. Any creature will have a name. So we will have get name. Any creature will have a health. So public int get health. Any creature can heal itself. So public void heal with an int amount, for example. And any creature can take damage. Thank you for the hint from Fitan. And that's it, basically. Notice that I'm not putting any empty body at the end of the method definition. I'm just using semicolon. And that's it. Coming back to human, I will keep it as it is. But after extending, now we learn about a new keyword, implements. This means that we want to use and assign some interface to this class. Now you will know that this human type should cover all the behavior of that interface. Let's see it. We say creature basics. Let's get rid of everything. Now you see that we have some errors. It says implement methods. Knowing that one method should come from creature, that's print, okay? But if I hit Alt Enter and say implement methods, immediately I come face to face with something new. I see that the print is highlighted from the creature class. Get name, get health, heal, and take damage are coming from the interface creature basics. And I'm still marking the override. You see that all of these being annotated as override because the print is overriding the creature and others are overriding the interface. And now I know that, okay, this is the boilerplate that I need to cover when I'm defining a human. For example, let's say that dragon is not a creature for whatever reason, and I will empty this whole thing. But I know that dragon is a creature. So I will say implements creature basics. And now when I hit Alt Enter implement methods, I don't see the print because, well, we are not extending the creature, but I still have this boilerplate, and I know that somehow I need to address some of these, or maybe I will leave some of them empty. Using interfaces is a very good way of guiding the users of your API, because if I don't have an interface and I'm extending a class, and if the class doesn't provide the abstraction, I may forget that I have to deal with all of these mumbo jumbo when I'm defining a new type related to my API. Then I make things abstracted, being either by using the abstract keyword or by using the interface. Now I'm guiding my users toward implementing everything that is needed to be done. And user now knows that, okay, I have a print method for whatever reason. And by the way, you can put Java docs on top of print and all of these. For example, let's say get name. And as you see, I can now add any Java docs on top of it. For example, I will use the hint that Fiten gave me, return the name of the creature and return name as a string. And now if I come back to human, if I move my mouse on top of get name, now I got my Java doc. It says returns the name of the creature, and the return is the name, and it's a string. Using JavaDoc on top of your abstraction, you can guide your users step by step toward what is needed to be done. Keep in mind, if you are aiming for modding Minecraft API, Fabric and Fabric API uses interfaces a lot. You will have to work with interfaces almost all the time. We have abstracted blocks, even like abstracted block, abstracted item, abstracted furnace. So even abstracted classes are presented in some of these mod loader APIs. The aim there is to guide you on what needs to be done and what you need to use. Now we have this annotation that you may sometimes see on top of some interfaces. In this case, we have an error here, but let's take a look at this. It's called functional interface. And the JavaDoc is really nice and informative. It says an informative annotation that used to indicate that an interface type declaration is intended to be a functional interface as defined by the Java language specification. Conceptually, a functional interface has exactly one abstract method. Means that if you have more than one method, it will yell at you. But the moment you have only one single method, the error is gone. Now, this type of interface is some interface that will add one single functionality into your system. For example, if I want to add something like this and thinking about Minecraft, you can have an interface and say that is an update interface. You will annotate it to be a functional interface, and now you will say public void update. Now adding this method to anything, like for example dragon, let's remove that creature for the time being. Let's say that this dragon is an entity or a block entity. Don't worry if you don't know what I'm talking about. It's related to Minecraft API. However, if I call update here, and if I hit Alt Enter implement methods update, you will see no difference between this update or creature basics. Both of them are being implemented as interface. Both of them need you to override a function. However, I just annotated that this interface has a single abstracted method that will add some functionality to the classes that implement it. And that's it. Normally, I myself don't use this annotation because if you look at this update, it's not documenting anything. Here, you just see that it's a functional interface. That's the only place that you will see this annotation. I don't think it's a big deal, so I normally remove that annotation and never use it myself. But if you want to use it, be my guest. Using abstract keyword and interfaces, you will have all the abstraction that you need to guide your users, design the structure of your API. If you like these videos, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on that bell so that when I publish a new video, you will get informed. Have fun, everyone. Bye.